Well, thank you very much, Ndugu Hilary Gondi and your co-hosts, Honorable Neto and Abdi. I should perhaps begin by wishing all of you a very happy new year. I believe it's not too late now in the year to wish you a prosperous 2025. A year I have personally branded as the People's Year because listening to Nduguneto there, and I can't agree with him more, becoming perhaps to comment on some of these points that he raised. This is the year when the Kenyan people will have to continue with their struggle, given that very important national institutions, the three pillars of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, are literally faltering. And in the case of the in the case of Parliament, the Houses of Parliament, in our case, bicameral, the Senate and the National Assembly, they have experienced clearly a clear case of state capture. So I just want to thank you for this space, and I like your rules of engagement, that you're dealing with serious policy issues, nothing personal, and that therefore, given that assurance, I just want to tell you that 2025 is a very important year because we've started the year, for example, without a functioning independent electron boundaries commission, IEBC. We have started the year with a parliament that has been captured, with an executive that does not seem to know how to differentiate between people's rights and what they intend to do, their own programs, which have failed. Remember, they started talking about bottom up economics. And nobody seems to be hearing that anymore because Kenyans believe it's bottom to bottom, going deeper into debt, deeper into dysfunctioning administration. And the judiciary also, an issue that is very important for us. We were thinking that this was the last beacon of hope. But as it is, it's also now under attack. And therefore, we begin 2025, Hillary, as a country, really literally clinging on. I think I heard Neto say that this is a country at a crossroads. Remember in 2023, Kenyans went to the streets, demonstrated against oppressive taxes. By that time, the rallying point was the high cost of living. And we were demonstrating against the finance bill of 2023. The result was more than 60 Kenyans, 65 young Kenyans were killed, and nobody up to date has been held accountable to have taken to account on the killings, the police brutality that we witnessed. And some young person I talked about Mulolongo. Mulolongo is actually an action point because in 2023 there was a lot of activity where people did strange things and blamed the demonstrators. So the result of the 2022 demonstrations was that both President William Ruto and friend Raila appointed a committee which I had the honor to co-chair, which was named the National Dialogue Committee. Our recommendations are actually gathering dust in Parliament. The only thing that has been acted upon out of the NADCO report is the signing into law the Amendment Act to the IEBC, itself also being made dysfunctional. And so I wish I had a better story to tell because 2024 then happened. And June 25th, last year, 2024, will go down in history as the year when the young Kenyans, the Gen Zs, decided enough is enough and wanted their country back. They wanted accountability. They wanted good governance. They wanted a country governed by the rule of law in accordance with our Constitution 2010. The problem with our Constitution is not the Constitution itself, it's the Kenyan leaders who do not understand what one time my law professor, the late Okoth Gendo, famously said. The problem in Kenya is not that we do not have a constitution, it is the lack of constitutionalism. And so, if people were able at least do the bare minimum, follow what the constitution says, we will be making some progress. But right now, the country is literally at a standstill. Sorry, now what happens? Some fellow is calling. Are you still there?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mheshimiwa. Go ahead.
Thank you. We will have to bear with some of those interruptions.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Again, I mean, to conclude a bit my submission on 2024, the Gen Z revolution, and I believe that revolution is ongoing. Again, we lost in excess of 60 something, according to Kenya National Human Rights Commission. We are dealing with about 82 missing persons, 82. And in the recent past, I think the Kenyans, wherever you are, you'll have to notice that we were in court dealing with 6 cases of abductees. And I was personally in court as a senior counsel, making appearance on behalf of the abductees, who are the petitioners and the applicants in this matter. So that friend who said I've not, my voice has not been heard about BC was abducted out of Mulolongo will probably stand guided, and let him appreciate that I am personally on my own feet in court trying to press for not only the release of Bisi, who is the one who is outstanding, along with another young man who has also not been released, that we are on it and we will make sure that on the 27th, when the matter will come up again before Justice Bahati Namue, the Inspector General of Police, the Director of Criminal Investigation, Mr. Amin, and others who have been cited must personally enter appearance. And we will be in court, God willing, to cross-examine them because we said these abductions must end. We have it on authority of William Ruto himself in Homa Bay, we will stop the abductions, but they haven't stopped. So, all because Kenyans came mood and they still are continuing. In fact, I get the sense that young Kenyans are very angry. They are very angry because those who, for example, chose to join the so called broad based government, I have referred to it as blood based because it is that, Kenyans were killed in 2023, nothing happened. They were killed in 2024 through police brutality, and they have continued to be abducted. And then you join Ruto as a cabinet secretary. Obviously, you're not just joining a broad based government, but you are riding on the blood that the young Kenyans shed unfairly and reasonably in contravention of the law. I agree, of course, with Brother Neto that this is a country that is not observing anything to do with the rule of law. And these are issues that we will be dealing with. So when I say 2025, then is the year of the people. We will be there on our feet. We will challenge this administration. We will try to hold them to account, not by issuing statements. When occasion demands, I will personally be going to court. Remember last year, I also went to court to deal with the matter of a state capture by this Indian called Andani. And Ruto did not, out of love and affection, drop the Andani deal, but it's because of the pressure, including what I think the Americans on the other side tried to do.